Hey guys, it's Bart Pika here, Leon Wolf, and today we're going to be reviewing Stranger at the Shore, or sometimes it's referred to Stranger at the Beach. But yeah, Krishna, or Leon, opening thoughts?
Opening thoughts?
Yeah.
I mentioned this before, and this is like my main opening thought, is that it's very all over the place as a movie.
Scatterbrained.
Scatterbrained. The story goes all over the place, and even the characters act a little like weird. Like it's one of those things where it's sort of like if you stop paying attention for 5 seconds, you just totally
no clue what's going on. And that actually is a good segue. I should probably explain to the audience what the basic premise of the story is. So this is boy love, and if you don't know, this is usually when this is like a category for anime. This is a boy love movie. So two males engage in a homosexual relationship. Usually one of them starts off as bi or bi-curious, and then they are full-blown out gay.
Shy.
Yeah, that's a hallmark of boy love, and is that they start off shy and timid, and then it's like gradually deformed, like gradually it goes into homosexuality. But for this one, it was just right off the bat.
It didn't even like. That's kind of like refreshing, I guess.
It was a little more refreshing that they're like more clear with their intentions. They literally like. Yeah. I've never seen a boy love where they pull out condoms before. I've never seen that.
I've never seen it where they're literally begging too. They're begging like the little guy Mio.
Yes.
He's literally begging to get flapped, basically.
Yeah, we have two characters here, Mio. And this is actually important. Yeah, Mio and Shun. Mio is the dark-haired one. Shun is the blonde one. And it's like, from the get-go, you're like, okay, Mio lost his mother. And you think Mio's like the bottom here. And then you think Shun's the top. Was that surprising to you?
Oh yeah, at the end that was very surprising. I felt like they were they somehow were building up to that, even though nobody would expect it.
I thought it was wasn't gonna notice at all.
Another thing is that one thing is the mother subplot, that kind of is like sort of irrelevant.
Yes.
To the story, like it
I guess it makes sense. He's like sad. He's a sad boy.
Yeah, it makes him seem like a sad boy, but it doesn't really like have any kind of.
He really drops the whole sad boy aesthetic very fast, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true too. Like, and I kind of get at that too, because the whole like, oh, I'm just a sad little bean is also sort of an archetype, I guess.
That's a trope.
Yeah, but I don't know. He does drop it like incredibly fast, and I guess it makes sense because he goes away for a while.
Yeah. So there's a 3-year time gap. So it seems that Shun works at like this cafe, and then near this on this remote island in Japan, and then he sees Mio, who is like mourning the loss of his mother by sitting at this bench staring out into the ocean, the Pacific. And then kind of Shun creeps on him and looks at him from the alley, looks at him from the cafe, and it's like probably has gay homosexual thoughts in his head.
Yeah.
And then he approaches Mio, and then he sits down on the bench with Mio, and then Shun says something to the effect of, I like you, kind of flirts a little bit, and then Mio basically says, "You're a creep.
You're a creep.
You're creeping. You're creeping me out.
You're always looking at me, you creep.
I see you staring at me. I know you're a creep."
Yeah, and it's like on the inside, he's saying this, but on the inside, he's very
likes it.
He's like, oh my god, and she's like, oh. But no, and then on the outside, he's like,
yeah. And the next day, as you were saying, Scatterbrains, Mio comes to the cafe and he talks to Shun and he says, for no apparent reason, completely 180 personality-wise, if you were flirting, it's okay. Like,
if you're flirting, it's okay. And he does that's the little thing that happens in animes a lot, where they do like the little, it goes like the frame is straight on their face, and they close their eyes and they sort of like smile a little bit.
Yeah.
Their head.
Yeah, a little grin.
Doing that. Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah.
It is very all over the place. It was very deceptive, because I was expecting it to be very sad as a film, because a lot of this stuff, I noticed there's a lot of like sorrow in like gay romance.
It is a very sorrowful thing, yes.
It's very depressing.
Given, for example, I don't think you've ever watched Given, but Given's very depressing too, or at least the beginning.
And there's also like a lot of like different stuff. Like there'd be a famous example would be like Call Me by Your Name, which is very sad.
Yeah, well that's not anime, but yeah.
I know. I'm talking about like just in general, like in anime especially, but just in general, it's very like sorrowful and depressing. And this one seemed like it would be like that, but it actually wasn't. It was very like uplifting, actually. Very. I guess there was some stuff like that was kind of sad, but they don't really play it off as sad either.
Yeah, I'll say this. Yeah, like if you're a homosexual, which I know maybe a lot of our audience is, watching boy love can sort of be not even a therapeutic thing. Like, it can sort of be depressing.
It is a very depressing feeling. And I was just thinking about this because there's like a lot of people who like watch like romantic and interact with romantic stuff, and when they're like sort of isolated or lonely, and I'm like, how does that even work? Because I do this and it makes me fucking upset. It makes me so mad.
Yeah.
And like it makes me so like depressed whenever I like interact with any of this stuff. Even this one was kind of making me like a little, at times it would remind me of something that would make me kind of upset. But overall, it wasn't very depressing. It was actually very uplifting. Even, and like I said before, even the stuff that were like it should be sad, it like kind of don't play it as sad, like with the 3-way thing that they're doing with the girl.
Yeah.
Not in the way that that might come off, but like it's weird because it should be kind of depressing. It should be kind of like a point of like a struggle, but it really isn't. It kind of just kind of goes away.
Yeah, I really did not understand that dynamic at all.
Yeah.
So Mio, and this is come out, like honestly, I don't know how old Shun is, but okay, Mio is 20, and at the time of meeting Shun, Mio is 17. And we know this because Mio is about to go to the mainland Japan to an orphanage because his mother died and he needs a caretaker, obviously. And then Shun asks, "Can I get your number for it before you leave?" And then he's like, "No, I can't because I'm 17. I don't have a phone." And then so this kind of sets up the premise that Mio is a good bit younger than Shun. So if Shun is 17, or if Mio is 17, then Shun might be 20 at that time. So after the 3-year time gap or skip, who knows? Shun could be 23, 25. Hell, he could be 29. I don't know because it's not really apparent. I don't know how old he is. Did it ever say how old he is?
No, I don't think so.
But what is told? Yeah, he has a fiance.
Yeah, but also I think they're of a similar age.
I think there's at least a 3-year age gap.
I'm trying to look up who wrote this because it's actually very important, the gender, the sex.
You think a woman wrote this?
Oh, yeah, because one thing I've noticed about so one of the other things we talked about in the video, which hasn't come out yet, but I've noticed that whenever women write boy love or whatever, the female characters are literally just vessels for something. They're not even full characters really. Have you noticed that? Whenever a woman writes boy love, whatever female character
for the Foideloid mind, and I say this as I'm sipping my blueberry lemonade, but for the Foideloid mind, the bottom and the top, or the Yuki and the Seimei, or the Omega and the Alpha, if you want, these are purely terms in boy love or Omega verse. But for the Foideloid fanfic writer or writer, these are the characters. They are the term. Yeah. There's not a character outside of the Yuki. There's not a character outside of the Omega.
They're the only thing that exists, and so anything outside that kind of just doesn't really. They just don't fit. I don't know, because I feel like I think stuff, even there are other male characters, in the thing I was talking about, I was prefacing too. There is another important character outside of the main dynamic. Yeah. But it's a male. But all the female characters kind of they're just think that literally the characters, 90% of the female characters, that literally every single one is either this character exists so that the character has a tragic backstory. These characters exist just to gawk at them. This one exists for the struggle or drama or whatever of it. Yeah. And it's
and I'll say this. I don't know if this disagrees with what you think, but I think a lot of the reason that the Foideloid writers write such term dimensional characters where they're tied to their sexual orientation is because when a male writes boy love, it's because they want to develop a love between these two characters over a course of time with a story. This is why you get characters that are shy, timid, because what's the best way to start a relationship, right? In terms of a story, it's start from cold to hot, right? Hot to cold, cold to hot, etc. But if you're a Foideloid, and I'm gonna be honest, the Yuri or the Yaoi fans, the women they're skipping the plot, son. They're going straight to the action, the package, the heat. You know what I mean? They don't want to waste all their time with what's your name? I'm so shy. Are you actually gay? Are we both gay? They don't want to, because the women, you can, if a woman wrote this, I would not be surprised because straight off the bat, he's I want to have gay sex.
Well, I don't know if it fully applies because they don't even really have, it's really it's not really moon worthy, let's say, with Yuri.
Okay, but they showed as much as they could show.
Yeah, I guess so. Honestly, that's another thing.
For a movie that could potentially be shown in theaters, they showed as much as they could show.
Yeah, but the animation of it was pretty good, and I think the
animation was beautiful. Well done animation.
The art style for the characters was pretty good. I thought the characters were drawn very cutely. And that was kind of accentuated by that particular scene, which I remember too in Goon Level. But
Goon Level, not really goonable. If some gooners are in the chat, not really goonable.
Sorry, my age was acting up. But yeah, what was I gonna say? I forget. But
do you think? Can we figure out who wrote this? Do you think a Foideloid wrote this?
I think a Foideloid wrote this. I looked up who wrote it, and it says, or who created it.
Yeah.
And it says it was created by author and illustrator Kana Ki.
Kind of sounds wrong.
Yeah. Is Kana Ki male?
I will say this though, Mio is Armin Airlight, if you guys know that from Attack on Titan.
Yeah, she is. Kana Ki is a female Japanese manga illustrator where boys love works like a stranger by the beach.
We're good at this.
Yeah, we are. We just automatically know when something was written by a woman or a man.
Plot it immediately.
It was it's just so obvious, and it's kind of funny.
I know. When I was looking at the female character is a very accurate, realistic female character. So the Foideloid knows her stuff. That's how I knew.
Yeah, they're very accurate in that they just.
The Foideloid rage is well written. Well written. Now,
are you talking about the argument that they had at the table?
The argument, just the way, and the voice actor did a wonderful job too. We watched this in dub, and I'll see you guys. Watching the Japanese? Blah 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 blah. I don't care. Stupid people. I don't watch shit in Japanese. Do I look Japanese to you? Do I sound Japanese?
Yeah, no.
Don't watch Japanese stuff.
If we wanted to watch it in Japanese, we speak Japanese.
Yeah, if I wanted to watch something in Japanese, I'd go to Japan.
Yeah.
I've been to Japan. I don't want to watch it. I didn't watch it. I actually watched a movie in Japan. I didn't watch it in Japanese. I actually watched it in English. In Korea right now too, and I watch all of my movies in English as well. But aside from that, let's we actually did cover Another Boy Love, but that episode isn't out yet. But this one, yeah, I guess we're right on this.
I
2
don't
for
really
2,
consider
written
that
by
Boy
Boy
Love.
Lloyd. Yeah, that was not Boy Love.
Yeah.
That was something else.
That was boy like
Boy torture.
that's what I was saying. Boy torture, like
Stop saying. Maybe we should stop saying those 2 words together.
boy torture, like grape of the spirit, flattening of the soul.
Yeah, something like that.
It's
But
like-
let's
it's
not.
It's like in
What's
that movie Scent of a Woman that I watched one time, and at the end
Yeah.
he's like, you're trying to create, executed spirits. You're trying to execute
Yeah.
their spirits, and it's like, what's the other word he said? He said,
Is that the one I'm in the dark
amputated
here?
souls. I'm in the dark, yeah. Yeah. Amputate. You're trying to amputate their soul. It's
Yeah.
like, that's really a soul amputating. It took me a while to get over that.
No, I like this one. For what it is, I liked it.
Yeah.
Written
Yeah,
by
me too.
Ford or not, I like this one. I should
think-
stop saying written by a woman, which we respect
Yeah,
women on this show.
a woman.
We're women respecters.
But,
We love our female authors, you know.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
And we don't use Foyd in any sort of offensive sense. We use Foyd in a we say Moid. We are Moids ourselves. Okay, and we say Foyd
Well,
in a.
I haven't actually said any of these words so
That's
far.
true.
I think
That's
it's more of a new thing. But I don't know. I think it could have been. I think a big problem is that it should have been longer. It's like very compact.
Oh
That's
yeah, I'm
why-
sure you'd like it to be longer. I will say, never in a million years would I have
It
thought they
feels-
reversed positions. Like
Yeah, that's true. It's like what?
so okay, when he said so, I'll paint the scene for you guys. Spoilers, close your ears if you really want to watch the BL scene for yourself. But so Mio and Shun finally about to get it on. They've been they've been really grinding at the bits to get to it, right? They've really been edging. And Mio takes out or Shun, Mio's been begging. He's like, can we do it? Can we do it tonight? Can we do it tonight? He literally says this. I'm not like
Yeah.
exaggerating. He literally says,
He's really.
he says, yeah, can we have sex tonight?
He's
You
ready.
that's a
He's
quote.
ready.
That's a verbatim quote. Can we have sex tonight? I honestly
he's like,
don't
"No."
think. I honestly don't think Mio was expecting to get what he was getting. So
Yeah. You think he was disappointed?
I think he was because he's clearly bottom oriented. He's clearly bottom oriented. So when Mio and Shun finally get it on, when Shun finally says, yeah, we can do it tonight, Shun pulls out a condom, and you're like, okay, he's about to put it on, okay. And then he says, hey, Mio, can you top? And at first my mind was so like shocked. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
he means he just wants him to get on top of him, not like
No, I
not like
immediately
the
knew what he
position. And I was like, what? When it was clear what he meant, Mio looks at him, he's like, what, you want me to put it in? And then Shun's looking at it, he's like, yeah, this is what I prefer. And then he does, he inserts it. He inserts it, and then Mio awkwardly asks, like, am I doing it right? How is it?
Oh,
and then
okay.
Shun says, it's really big. And it's like awkwardly,
No,
like,
I don't think that's what he says. He says like he says something. He says some sort of other like
he
euphemism.
says it's big or something. Something like
Nah, he says like it's everything. Or
Oh,
something.
it's so filling, I think is what he said, something like that. Something is
Yeah,
so
I don't
filling.
think so.
No, he said something of this effect, okay, like, which is like, honestly, he said, can you top this time, which means, like, I guess they're first, like,
I guess
Mio will
he's
eventually get his chance to bottom,
Yeah, I think
like-
that's what he's expecting. I think that's what he wants.
because I don't, if the right, like, I don't think the writers would understand that Mio probably, like, in this relationship, he probably wants to bottom. I don't think there's,
Yeah,
I don't seem too interested in topping.
and the whole thing is that first off, there's also like a height difference. Very sure.
Yeah, from the get-go,
Also,
you can
like-
tell.
Yeah, from the get-go, you know, like Shun, he doesn't even seem like a. He's got like there's this word that goes around, and I've heard it more and more these days. It's sort of like golden retriever sort of thing going on with him, like and that's like kind of top coded. Like the
Being a golden retriever?
Yeah, being like a golden retriever personality. That's like top coded.
That is top coded. For the folks at home, can you explain what a golden retriever personality is?
Well,
Close enough.
basically, usually it's used in reference to like straight relationships and the men that are
Mm-hmm.
akin to golden retrievers. So they're like these very like sort of like I guess happy-go-lucky, jovial, but also like still like a masculine kind of like they act like golden retrievers basically, like big like little dogs. And then like and obviously golden retrievers are rugged and stuff, and so there's like it's like a masculine thing, and so they're still like dominant and domineering. So someone who has like a golden retriever personality would automatically be like read by me as a top. And I feel like he doesn't exactly have that, but he has that sort of, what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Because he gets way too upset. He gets way too frustrated quickly.
Yeah, golden retrievers usually don't get flustered like that. They just kind of get sad, and then they, like, mope.
Yeah. But he's like semi like golden retriever energy, which is part of why I was so taken back. Also, another thing is that you'll notice that for some reason, you'd think it would be the opposite, but it's always like with the hair colors, it's always the darker haired character who's like usually taking the dick.
Yeah, I honestly, can you explain that? Because, the dark hair, why is the dark hair at the bottom? Is this just because Japanese are submissive?
I guess so. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Maybe it's because in your brain it like sort of dark short hair sort of reads as like maybe it's a crutch, so to make them seem still like more malish. Because maybe dark short hair like reads as masculine because like dark colors are like, associated that way. So maybe it's like sort of makes them seem less like purely like submissive and female oriented.
Yeah, when you think dark hair, you're like, okay, whatever. Blonde is sort of a gay color, right?
Yeah. But usually it's always the blondes who are talking these days. So
It's
Like,
weird,
even in that
Karu.
other- yeah. Even in that other
Well,
story, we
he's
were talking
white,
about, like,
whatever.
yeah, even in that other story we're talking about, like one of the characters, the top character he dyes his hair blonde.
Yeah.
And the other one has black hair. And then
Yeah.
you also have like things like the Huni and the.
I think you have black hair too, right?
I've got a dark brown hair.
Okay.
Well, not
Well-
darkish, but like darkish brown.
Yeah.
I've never had
Ooh.
my hair dyed.
Never.
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 I thought
Okay.
about bleaching it, but my parents would get upset. And if I bleached it, I would bleach it lighter. I'd bleach it.
Yeah. Well, you can't bleach it darker, son.
Yeah. Well, what you do is you bleach the hair and then you dye it. So.
Oh yeah, and then you would dye it darker.
Yeah. That's how.
I have dyed my hair darker. I think sometimes I look pretty cool with when it's dark when it's dyed darker. But yeah, like I did not see that switch coming. And I pun unintended. I did not see that switch coming.
Yeah.
That's actually a funny joke. That's pretty clever. I didn't even want to make that. I didn't mean that.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know. That was pretty weird. I don't really know. Like, I guess it kind of makes some of the tension make sense in retrospect.
Yeah.
That it makes it make more sense that he was a
Yeah,
bottom.
so, it makes it make more sense that he was so like apprehensive, and also like.
Yeah, but like you can't help but feel like that Mio's gonna be really disappointed because that cannot be what he
Yeah.
expected.
Yeah, it cannot be what he expected or wanted or whatever.
Because he clearly wanted to be like, whoo, like boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
Yeah, that is what he wanted.
That's the most graphic we can give you guys. Okay.
Also, another thing is that, but a weird thing is that he also actually weird at an earlier point where he's like, where they're about to kiss, and then he's like, oh, actually, la-di-da, which I don't really think applies to this as much. I feel like that was more of like them sort of trying to keep you like, on the edge of your seat, rather like sort of like teasing the audience kind of sort of thing. But in the story, it didn't really make much sense why he was so apprehensive at that point as well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, unless it happened after like the reveal that he's always got the fiance and everything. La-di-da.
Yeah.
That's one thing they do. They give a lot of coalescing reasons as to why he's so apprehensive.
They do. He's a novelist apparently, which is like this guy got to be kind of old. He had a fiance and he's a novelist. It's like, well,
He's a novelist who's estranged from his parents.
that really makes sense. They should have known he was a gay. We should have known he was a bottom and a homo from the fact that he's a novelist.
That he's a novelist who lives on the beach.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you're a novelist who lives on the beach and you work at a cafe, presumably because your novels aren't very successful.
That's mean.
Well, it's not mean, Kirsten. Come on, if your novels were making money, son, you weren't gonna be working at a cafe, okay?
I don't think most novels make money.
Oh no, I'm working at the cafe because I want more writing experience. I want to be able to write for a cafe worker.
Also, another thing is that he's surrounded by women. It's just all women.
Yeah, maybe. You ever think he's a novelist? Is he a self-insert of the writer of the the author? Could be.
Maybe.
Like just a gender bent one, but maybe he wanted to be a bottom so badly so he could write about he could more experience the boy love that he writes. Be a better boy love author.
Yeah. Oh, do you think he's the bottom because the author wants to self-insert as him?
Could be.
Obviously,
Honestly,
authors
that might be.
don't know.
It might be. I think we just cracked the Portaloid code.
Yeah, that's another thing. I don't know. The female characters seem to be more geared towards Mio than towards Shun as well.
Yeah. But I think
Oh yeah, 'cause
closing
they're the
thoughts.
ones who kiss at the end too.
Oh yeah, they do kiss.
Yeah, so maybe there is something to this. My closing thoughts. I think it was just the movie felt like it felt like it was like a shortening of itself. Like there was a longer film, and that this is
Like a
sort of
recap itself?
Yeah, this is like a super.
It really did feel like that. It really did feel like a recap of itself.
Yeah, it felt like
This could have easily been a 12-part anime. Could have easily been a 12-part anime.
It feels like the real fucking anime movie.
Just the cutting. It has very abrupt cutting,
Yeah,
and I think
like
that's the reason why it feels like that.
the jump from there's basically there's literally no border between the jump from the 3-year jump.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I feel like maybe was there like some kind of time constraint they were on or something? Because I feel like the movie could.
It might have been. I feel like the animation is so well done. I feel like this probably, even though this was very short, probably costed an enormous amount of money to produce.
Yeah.
So, because you got to think, like, there's a reason animes don't look like this because it's expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of like where I'd attribute the main issue. I feel like a lot of the problems are just because it was so short, and I feel like if it was like an hour 30 minutes, maybe it would have been a lot of.
I'll disagree with you on this. In my closing thoughts, I think this is like, mid. Not like mid as in bad, but like 7 out of 10.
Yeah, but
I'll say about 7 out of 10.
Better than that if it were longer. If we had more time to.
For me, and I have guys, I have autism, I have ADHD. You know what I mean? I'm on the spectrum. All these self-diagnosed mental disorders
I'm
that I have.
Italian.
Yeah, I'm Italian. I'm not Italian. Please don't think I'm Italian. I'm not Italian at all.
He's Irish. I'm Italian.
No, I'm not Irish. Okay.
What are you then?
Yeah, you know what? Whatever. Anyways, for my ADHD brain, the short runtime, I for pacing, it was okay for me because pacing, it did not lose my attention. I'll say that. I did not.
It didn't lose mine either. But you can actually. It's a weird paradox. You can't actually afford to lose the attention, like we said before. Because you just immediately you don't even know what's going on.
And then they drop some bomb on you, like, can we have gay sex tonight? It's like, what? What?
It's like you would if you close your eyes for more than 2 seconds, you'd be at the fucking wedding scene.
Yeah.
like, that's what
But
I'm
yeah.
saying.
That's our thoughts on Stranger at the Shore. It's been Bork Pika and Leon Wolf. Make sure to check out our
I
other
thoroughly
content
enjoyed it. I would
and
give it higher
channels.
than I would give it higher
Would you
than 7 out of 10. I would give it more than that, but I don't know. I don't know if it deserves it though. But I feel like I see the potential and I did enjoy it, so I feel like it would be more than a 7 out of 10. But I can't say exactly how much.
Yeah, guys.
Goodbye. Mwah.
See you in the next episode, guys.